Today's episode might come across a little bit harsh, but I had a question come up in this morning's open office hours that I wanted to address on Right Bytes. If you're not aware, I'm offering completely open and free office hours every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific through the month of December. We have 2 more weeks left of that, so if you'd like to join us, that'll be happening over the next 2 Tuesdays. There's a link in the description or on the page that you are watching or listening this to where you can register to join us for those. But getting back to the question that we're going to be addressing, it had to do with branding and positioning and standing out as a new freelance writer within the space, within a crowded market where there's a lot of writers offering content, offering copywriting. And this is an incredibly common type of question that I get asked on a near daily basis. And unfortunately, it's incredibly counterproductive to actually making progress in this business. And so in today's episode, I'm going to be explaining exactly why these questions surrounding branding, niche, positioning, standing out are so counterproductive to your success, and also explain what you should be focusing on instead. So if you are really serious about making actual income as a freelance writer in 2022 and beyond, stay tuned. You do not want to miss this episode. This episode is sponsored by Copy AI, a toolkit that helps writers, marketers, and freelancers skip writer's block completely and quickly create first draft copy for themselves and their clients. If you'd like to get a 30-day free trial, head on over to copy.ai/Jacob. This is going to sound a little harsh. It's not directed at you specifically, so don't take this as like personal criticism. But I get the comment a lot of like, I don't want to be just another freelancer. I want to stand out, and I think what that's connected to is the idea that people won't hire you unless you are special in some way. Or it's maybe just the aspiration to, stand above the pack and kind of like create a niche for yourself. That's amazing. I love that goal. The thing you have to understand is that, one, you're just getting started and your work is going to be pretty mediocre for a while. Like, nobody comes in and starts delivering exceptional marketing assets right out of the gate. And the longer you spend researching and practicing, waiting to start doing paid gigs, the longer it's going to take you to actually get good at this, because you're not going to get good practicing. Practice is working with real clients on real projects, seeing it bomb, seeing it succeed, getting feedback from other people. You don't get better at this in isolation, ever. Which is why in the way I teach, I throw you right into the pit through pitching. I say, like pitch yourself right into the deep end and learn to swim. It's really the only way to do it. You could spend the next 2 years researching psychology, researching all the top copywriters. Your first sales page is going to be equally shit, whether you spend 2 years practicing or like 2 months. So if you can accept that now, you're going to go a lot further faster. And some people's personality, like, they just don't believe me when I tell that. And I get it. Like, believe what you want to believe. But that's kind of how it works. So the best thing you can do is not to worry about being exceptional or branding even. Don't even think about your brand. Your brand is meaningless at this point. What you want to do is get out there and get clients. And it doesn't matter how you get them, where you get them, how much they're paying you, how little they're paying you. You need to start working on real projects, and that's going to teach you, that's going to help you develop expertise. It's going to help you understand what the problems are that are even worth solving. Business, regardless of the business model, business is just about finding a need and filling it. That's it. Whether we're talking about products, services, membership, software, whatever it is, it's literally just identifying a need in the market and filling it. Some of the most effective aspects of that, the most effective iterations of that are not sexy. They're boring. They're super boring. And so your goal as a writer is just to find the needs and fill them and learn how to do a better job of meeting the needs. And you only do that by working with actual people and actually getting feedback on what they need, what they're looking for, what they're struggling to find. That's going to inform you about how to be a better fit for those needs more than anything else. This is a very common sentiment, and I get it. And what that tells me is that if you can push through this initial phase, you're gonna excel better on the back end. People who are looking to stand out, they really start shining and sort of like popping off in their career like 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. The problem is many of them fail to get through that first year or two because not being exceptional is demotivating. And that's just the reality. You're going to have to push through that phase of being a commodity. You are going to be offering commodity writing for a long time, and that's okay. That's really, really okay. And you can, the more intentional you are about getting better, the quicker you'll make it through that stage. But you can't skip it. Nobody skips it. So that's my little PSA for today. I hope that answer was helpful for you today. To reiterate, there are 2 distinct skills that you are going to need to develop over the course of your career. You are going to need to learn how to get your services in front of a large number of people so that a small percentage of them will hire you. And then separately, you need to learn how to deliver a high quality of writing. The vast majority of new freelancers who come into this space think that the quality of writing is what's going to hold them back. They spend a lot of time researching and practicing, thinking that if they can just get good enough as a writer, that will open the doors and bring the clients to them. But this could not be further from the truth. For the vast majority of writers, you can get to $4,000 per month in writing income regardless of the quality of your work. There are obviously exceptions, but I have seen many writers who are objectively poor writers cross the 6-figure mark. You can hit $4,000 per month by virtue of sales alone without quality of the actual product that you deliver ever coming into play. Past about $4,000 per month, that's when quality of writing tends to come more into play. It's hard to hit beyond that when you don't have clients sticking around and liking the quality of your work. Almost every writer I know who's doing 6 figures and beyond, that 8K per month and beyond, has a large chunk of their income coming from recurring clients, coming from clients who like their work and are coming back to them month in and month out. And it's only at that point, once you've cleared the 6-figure mark, where branding and positioning and where you specialize, how you stand out, comes into play at all. This is where you can start being a bit unique in the trajectory you take, the brand that you build, because you've already done the basics. You already understand how to get clients, and you already understand how to deliver quality work. Now, obviously, take those numbers with a grain of salt. This is based on my own arbitrary experience, both in terms of my own career, the careers of those in my close network, as well as the thousands of writers that I've worked with personally. What I see across industries, across spaces, across types of writing points to these numbers, points to this sort of career progression. And my main goal in telling you all this is just to highlight that the branding, the positioning, the standing out doesn't really even come into play until you get to what most people would consider success. So if you're a brand new writer focused on hitting your first $1,000 per month, $4,000 per month, or even an intermediate writer looking to hit that 6-figure mark, you really shouldn't be overly concerned with branding or standing out. That's not the lever that's going to get you to that point. So I hope this was helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.